Love and Gravity Season 2 stars Marcel Ruiz and Flor Gutierrez with Cecilia Suarez and Gina Torres. New episodes released every week. Subscribe to be the first to listen.
This is Conversate with Us with Chris Donovan and Evelyn Urives.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Conversate with Us. My name is Chris Donovan. Thank you for checking out our podcast.
Yay! Hi, I'm Evelyn Urives, and I'm married to that guy.
And I'm married to her, unless she's grumpy, and then, you know.
Well, I mean, we're always married.
Yeah. I just can't sleep in my bed sometimes.
Oh, come on. Stop.
Anyway, thank you all for checking out our new podcast here. Make sure you go to thisisfunner.com, click on our ugly mugs. You can find all our social platforms.
Who you calling ugly?
My ugly mug, sorry. Her beautiful face. And, follow us online. Tell us what you think of the show and leave, ratings and reviews and stuff.
Oh, we can't wait. We're going to be we've got a lot of fun stuff planned.
Yes, we do.
So, are we calling this a season in the first season of our podcast?
Sure. We'll say season because if we say it now, then we could stop 12 episodes in and
we
take
can take a break. Okay, good. Just making sure.
But thank you for listening. So what we're going to do right now is a new segment called Right Now, Right Now. So let's just play the little noise.
Right now, right now, right now, right now.
Okay, so that was all my idea.
Yeah, great job.
So every episode, what we're going to do is we're going to check in at the top and let you know that later on in the show, we're going to be talking about how we met. So if you haven't heard that story yet, make sure you are hanging out for that. But right now, is what's going on with this right now.
And so what's going on right now with you?
Right now, if you're listening to this on the day it dropped, which is June 13, 2019, I am turning 41 years old.
Your birthday.
It's my birthday.
It's your birthday.
So right now is my birthday. So I'm excited. We're starting this company. We're starting this podcast, and I get to work from home most of the time. So we have a lot of stuff planned with the kids. So there's going to be lots of recordings from different places.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be fun.
My 41st birthday is the inauguration of the podcast that's going to take over the world.
Yeah.
I'm optimistic.
Or the region. Or just, give somebody a chuckle or two.
Well, at least we get our living room right now.
I mean, right now, let's take over this carpet.
So what's your right
area.
Now, right now?
Well, happy birthday, baby, by the way.
Love
happy
you.
birthday. My right now, we just got back from the river.
Yeah, we did.
So I'm so excited because
we weren't smoking any cigarettes.
No, we're smoking cigarettes. No one is going to get that. That is an inside joke.
Just for our kids.
For our children. My kids heard somebody say something that sounded like they said it's sugar rich, and
like a southern twang.
It turned into the joke of the whole week because when we went to Laughlin, and there are quite a few people smoking cigarettes in those casinos. So we definitely had a lot of fun times joking with our family. It was a lot of fun. It was kind of our first vacation of the summer. We went to Carlsbad for Memorial Weekend, but this was like the first hot weekend or week time.
God, it's 110 today.
Oh my God. It was freaking hot. It felt like I was a cigarette myself.
Yeah, it did.
It was crazy.
It was really a good time.
It was bonkers, but it was absolutely the best. My parents are so fun. They have a boat, so we go out and we stay with them, and we get on their boat, and we go
stayed at our own
float.
hotel. We stayed at the Aquarius, which had lots of stuff to do.
Yeah.
We went out last night, or the last night we were there, and we stayed out till about 4:30 in the morning gambling.
Oh my God. We would not look at.
We don't usually gamble.
We're not those people. We are not those people. So for us to do that, we were just goofing off. I just kept winning. So then I was winning. Yeah. So then, of course, we put it all back. By the way, they got all our money back. But we were winning for a while. So I was like, well, while we're winning, might as well just let's go do this. Let's go do that. So we were just playing all the different machines and slots. And
I fell in love with roulette.
Blackjack. You did.
I fell in love with roulette last night. It was so much fun.
It was a lot of fun.
It made me think while I was gambling. So, I mean, blackjack, poker,
really?
You have to think.
Roulette, you have to think?
You play the odds. You pick a color. I always play 31. I always play 13.
Okay.
So.
I mean, I watched you for a second, and I was like, going back to this Wheel of Fortune.
She went over to the penny slots and won another $1,000.
I was like, oh my God, seriously. I did not win $1,000. I wish. Thousand pennies. I was like, well, that was the fun thing about playing penny slots, because when you win, it really looks like it's massive.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that says 20,000? No.
I won $20.
No. No. No, it's just crazy. It's like, what is that? Is that 2,000? That's awesome. Like, that's a big win, you know?
It was fun to watch her play.
It was super fun. Yeah. And every time it's funny, he would like be one part of the casino, I'm in the other. And every time I would like yelling at him, like, look, I did it again. I got the Wheel of Fortune thing. The Wheel of Fortune. It was just.
I'm over at the roulette table going, yeah, honey, great. No, it's awesome. Yeah, you're doing good job. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. I wasn't that mean. But yeah, we had a good time. The kids dove off rocks.
They did.
They jumped
and
off
our
rocks.
son is officially getting adventurous.
Yeah, he did the, what do you call it? Were you pulling behind the boat?
Oh, the tubing. He just did. Yeah, he went tubing.
Okay.
Yeah, tubing.
So you call it? Okay.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he went.
I call
he
it
got
hooky
pulled.
bobbing when you were
What?
Hooky bobbing when you were doing it behind a truck.
Hooky bobbin?
Yeah, I think that's
the
what they
hell
called it.
Redneck kind of thing is that you
I
just
think
said?
that's the right term.
Hooky bobbin?
Anyway.
What the hell is that?
I'm going to edit that part.
Yeah, please do.
No. Anyway,
you're showing your white card.
Yeah, my neck.
I have never. It actually is.
It actually.
You had a lot of sun.
But yeah, Aiden jumped off a rock before Juju did.
Yeah, it was pretty. Just the backstory. Our son is the most cautious kid. Like, he's adventurous on his own, in his own ways, but he's more of a cautious person. He's very concerned about things.
There's a handrail, he holds it.
He makes sure he holds it.
If there's a yellow line, he stays behind it.
He always like tells us, he watches out for us.
Yes.
Mom, are you wearing flip flops on the escalator? Okay, make sure you watch your feet. Like, he is just that kid. So for him to get up climb the cliff and then jump off before even his big sister did it, that was like a giant
awesome.
deal. And
it was great.
Loved it.
Yep.
And then he's like, let's go on that tube. And it was the first time he got on the tube.
No, second time, but yeah.
Well, I mean, but he went crazy.
Super
like,
slow
he was,
last
yeah,
time, yeah.
he was like, let's do it.
They all got tossed too.
They
all three of them
flew
got
off and they were fine.
It was hilarious. Cassie got stuck up on her, like it drove
like,
over her.
Went over her. Yeah.
So that was fun. Yeah, it was a really good time.
It was the best. It was a nice kickoff to the summer. We're freaking finally getting some heat in California. We hadn't gotten any.
No, I know. Yeah,
it's been weird.
Been crazy. Hit us up online, social medias. What's your favorite place of vacation that's close?
Yeah, we love it. Yeah, totally drivable. Like, where do you go? We want to know.
Wherever you live. I mean, if you live in Australia, how far is it to drive to see a kangaroo? I mean,
we'll
take your
maybe we'll go.
Your boomerang and every other different horrible Australian reference.
Stupid stereotypes.
Love you, Craig.
I know, the one guy in Australia that we know might listen.
Well, Bill and Chelsea. But anyway, yeah. So this episode is about how we met. Evelyn and I we had a conversation in our backyard a couple weeks ago, and I recorded it
while we were eating, because that's the whole point. Conversate with us.
Yeah. So again, take a listen. It's about how Evelyn and I became CND3.
A thing together with babies.
All right, listen.
Keep your OTR trucking business rolling. Make TaxesForTruckers.com your partner to handle the money side. TaxesForTruckers.com can help you pay less taxes, keep your books, and track your finances to stay on the road towards your goals. Get started at TaxesForTruckers.com. That's taxes, the number 4, truckers.com.
Okay, round 2. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah. Sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right. ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Conversate with us.
Conversate with us.
You're listening to Conversate with us.
All right, so how are you doing, Evelyn?
Hi, I'm good. You just get bit.
Spiderweb.
That's what we get for recording outside in our backyard full of bugs.
So we just bought a bunch of bugs. The house just happened to be on the ground.
Honest to God, that is a fact, like a full 100% fact. We bought an anthill that happened to have a some sort of building on top.
And now we put a pool in. And our pool is taking up all their house and condo developments.
And they are not happy about it. Let me tell you. Anyway.
So hey. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Like, I'm happy. We're in our backyard. I know,
right?
Life is good.
This is what you bought it for.
This is why we bought this tiny 1,500 square foot house. So we can build stuff in the backyard.
Yes, and the whole story started, I mean, to tell everybody a little bit about ourselves, it started, I'm going to mess this up. I'm already screwing myself that I didn't write this down, but we've been married for 11 in November.
Wow,
So
hold
on.
Side note. When he said, "Oh man, I'm gonna mess this up," I thought he was like mad that he didn't write a script for himself to like know just where he wants to go generally with the podcast. No, he means I won't remember the facts of our marriage. And the way that we met each other.
I'm going to take a drink of my beer.
Yeah, you should. You really should. By the way, we are eating because that's the whole point of the damn podcast.
Yes.
We're sitting in the backyard. So because we're not at a restaurant today, we're kind of kicking things off with the backyard.
Organic.
That's right. Next to our very yummy apples,
our tangelo
tree and our peaches that are definitely organic because I can see the bugs inside of them.
But like she was saying, we're parents, so when we cook, it's usually reheating. And today we decided to get some of those rotisserie chickens from Stater Brothers, which are yummy. The garlic herb one.
Okay, they're really, really good. So if you don't have a Stater Brothers, this is not even, they're not paying us, okay? We're just saying, like we live in an area that has Stater Brothers. If you are in an area that doesn't have one, I feel very bad for you. They have a great meat department. But I'm saying, anyway.
She likes the meats.
I do. Give me all the meat, Stater Brothers. That sounded way more dirty when it came out of my mouth than I heard it in my head.
Keep going. You're just digging a hole.
Anyway, but no, our point is, while we talk, we love eating. So that's the whole idea. So we're sitting here. I'm having some rotisserie chicken.
I'm having a beer.
And I made myself a little ice water with a tad of vodka.
And by tad, she means...
I don't. What?
No, she was just mad at me. I drank all her ice water, so there was probably very little left. So it's probably mostly vodka.
It's no. It's half. 50-50.
All right. So we're going to record this podcast in different places around the IE or wherever we vacation.
Wherever we go. Yeah, we're not going to keep it here. We're going to keep it everywhere.
Yeah.
We want to go, and we definitely, the theme is we want to be eating because we have the best conversations.
When we're around our dinner table.
It's
or
true.
We're at the restaurants with the kids and stuff. And they're going to come on here all the time. So
they know it. I already told them. Like, they have been warned. And by the way, they are not shy. So they are going to be all about this very soon.
You're 100% true. I love those kids. They're a pain in my ass.
Well, that's the whole point.
I know.
Of kids.
But yeah, I wanted to go back now that I remember.
Okay. Did you write some notes?
We'll be married 11 years in November because Aiden's 11.
Yes, that's how we did things.
And
backwards.
And there's no forward or backward. It's just life.
Well, we were engaged prior.
Of course. That's why I'm going with this. So a year and a half before that. So it would be about 10 and a half years now. So 13 and a half years is how long we've been together.
Yeah.
We met and fell in love within the same lunch.
I was going to say within a month.
Lunch.
But you're right. It was within a 4-hour lunch. So let's go back.
All right.
So let's take it back.
How did we
way
meet?
back. So Chris and I, we're married, by the way, if you didn't know that yet.
Yeah, our names are just different.
We just have different last names.
Actually, our name's the same name. We just don't use it.
Neither one of us uses the same last name. But anyway,
it's hard to rebrand.
You had your own following, and when we met, I had my own following when we met, and so it was one of those things where, okay, well, if we professionally, we got to keep our names, probably the same way that we had them. Yeah, because you know, strippers.
Stripper names. I never thought of my name as a stripper name before.
Because we're stage names.
Oh.
Coming to the stage.
I always thought acting.
Chris Donovan.
Coming to the stage.
Oh, yeah. I'm
Cherry
sorry.
Pie.
Did you notice how I went stripper right away? And he was like, oh, I was thinking Hollywood.
That's my wife.
That's our marriage.
She did have a stripper pole when I met her.
Oh, my God. Don't tell my mom that.
It wasn't set up or anything. It was literally in the garage in about a dozen pieces.
I had to hide it when we were moving. Okay, anyway. That's another story.
We sold it at a yard sale for like $20.
We really did.
Yeah,
we literally sold it for $20. I spent $300 on that damn thing.
Never used it.
Never set it up once. It was meant to be fitness. Anyway, okay.
So that was my first run-in with her stuff in the garage when we first met.
When we moved in together.
No, when I moved in with you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, when you moved into my place.
Yes.
You had to see all my things.
And you didn't want to live with my roommates.
I definitely didn't. I didn't want to live in your one room in the house. And I had a little condo with my daughter. So it worked out.
So that's where we were at when we met. And
we were definitely different types of people. But both of us had one really solid thing in common. We were both working in radio.
Yeah.
And I was done with dating. I have a 3-year-old daughter at the time, Julene. You will meet one day.
Now.
Oh my God.
You're old.
You're older. And then I was already at that point where I was like, you know what? I'm good. I was living a great life.
Yep.
My daughter was healthy. I was happy at work. I felt like I was making good money for the two of us.
But you
know?
still felt incomplete.
I did. You know what?
Sorry.
Don't do that.
I won't
Don't
listen to the
ever
song.
sing.
Was that Backstreet Boys or is that
I don't
NSYNC?
even know what that was.
Incomplete. I don't either.
I've never heard that song.
Probably LFO or some odd number boy band.
Look at you with your obscure boy band reference. And anyway, so I had a friend. We both had a friend named Cindy. At the time, Godfrey. Now Thomas.
Yep.
And she was so insistent with me for a long time about meeting Cisco, because that's what he used to go by on the radio, at another station. And I said, okay, well, I don't want to. Please don't matchmaker me. I'm like cool. Like I'm real good. Don't do that. No. Even if you guys just want to be like friends, he might be like a good contact for you to have. And I mean, this went on for months and months. Finally, I folded and I was like, okay, fine. Will connect us then or whatever. However you want to connect us, Cindy, just freaking connect us, whatever.
Now I'm curious because she did the same thing to me, but I wonder if she told you about me because it was like pity.
Yes.
Because I just got out of a
100%
relationship.
pity.
Okay.
100% pity.
Okay, well,
she thought you were a great guy and she felt really bad for you.
Oh, yeah, I got screwed.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and it's okay.
but I was in the same place. When she told me, I'm like, okay, cool. I looked at your website, when websites were still simple, and her picture was from
You looked at my MySpace?
Yes. So I looked her up. I'm like, okay, cool, but I'm not really in the mood for any relationships right now. I don't want to be in something like permanent or that I really have to worry about.
Yeah.
So then we talked a little bit online. I think when Bob Saget came on my show, I sent over Bob Saget's song that Jamie Kennedy did to you.
Yeah.
In case you want to play it.
I was like, oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Oh, he's a cool guy. Look at he's sharing bits for the radio. He might be nice.
I was nice.
You were nice. And I thought to myself, you know what? I don't know many other people in the radio business. I knew a couple people, but I hadn't really explored all the other people in radio.
Both really young in radio.
Yeah, we were. Yeah. I was only 24.
Well, I'm talking about how many years in it. You were in it for 6 years.
I was at that point. I was in it for about 5 years,
and I was in it for maybe 2.5, 3.
I started in my teens.
Yeah.
So, you had just gotten into it too, just not long. So we were kind of, I didn't know. I wanted to learn more and see what other radio stations were like too. So I was a little curious on that.
Yeah, so Cindy did this for a few months to each of us, and then we had been talking online, and we realized we both went to the same school. She just went to the Academy of Radio Broadcasting in Huntington Beach about 1.5 years, 2 years before me, and I didn't move to California until 2001.
Right.
So she was ahead of the ball.
I went right out of high school.
Radio.
I went literally, I graduated in 99. I went in 2000.
Yeah, and I went about 1.5 years, 2 years later. So when we found that out, we're like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then we started, I think we mentioned a few people, and we were like, no, I know them. Yeah,
I know that counselor. I know this person. Yeah.
Claire. And and then we were like, okay, well, let's just go to lunch. And the plan was just to go to lunch. Like Olive Garden's down the road. I used to work there. I know I can get free wine. Let's go have a few glasses of wine, have a little bit of food.
And I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, this guy, he wants me to take me to this uppity place called Olive Garden.
OG if you're if you're nasty. So then we went to Olive Garden. We sat down. No. First, I got there early. So then I put our name in, and it wasn't that long of a wait. But then I sat down on the bench, and then you showed up.
Yes.
And then I did not stand up to greet you.
No. But I didn't even occur to me that was a thing because
me either.
We were not going on a date.
No, I was just like, oh, hey, sit down, let's talk.
And I was like, oh, hey, what's up? So then I went over, I sat next to you, and I was instantly comfortable.
Yeah.
It wasn't awkward sitting next to you. Some people
and my arm was on the back of it.
Yeah, so I was almost like I was sitting right there, and it could have been really awkward if I wasn't comfortable. I was instantly comfortable with you.
Yeah. So then we sat there for a little bit. We got called in, and I can't remember everything we spoke about, but I did convince her to go to my class reunion in about a month in Washington State.
The amount of things we talked about, everything for the record,
yeah.
Everything there was. And by the end of the 4-hour lunch meeting, we were holding hands and we were talking about the future. It was weird. It was so weird.
And she paid.
I definitely did.
There was one line I'll never forget. First day I met her ever.
I don't think I paid, but I think you
did pay.
I don't think you let me pay.
I probably didn't. I hope.
I don't think you let me pay.
Even if I didn't, she said, you know what? I can pay for this one. My bonus was bigger than yours. And I said,
Radio jab.
Really?
Radio jab. We're in the same market.
I know. I've only ever made one bonus in the radio world.
And I probably didn't even have a bonus, to be honest with you.
You did. That was part of our conversation.
It was during. It was during that time.
Yeah. So she said that we sat there for 4 hours, and then I'm not lying. We left the date. We walked out into the parking lot and we kissed, and it was a nice. Not
it was
too
the
terribly
best.
long.
It was the greatest kiss of all kisses.
Yeah, very, very.
It was the best first kiss ever.
So then, if you're familiar with 50 First Dates, which is Evelyn's favorite movie in the entire world, there's a scene where Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler leave the restaurant, and they're so excited, they're Twitter-pated. And they're dancing by their cars, and the car between them, which is a van blocking both sides, moves, and they catch each other dancing.
Yeah. Doing like a little happy dance.
Yes. I remember talking to myself as I was walking away after that kiss to my car going, don't look back.
Yeah.
Don't look back. Don't look back. But then when I left the parking lot, I made a point to drive back by you rather than go the other way. Anyway, it was meant to be.
It really was. It was absolutely meant to be. Now, before that happened, not to make this story crazy long, before that happened, the radio stations caught wind that we were going on a lunch.
Yeah,
thing.
we were going to lunch. Correct.
So this is a kind of a cool twist to our lives.
Yes.
Earlier that morning, he and I had already set this up a couple days prior. Yeah. I go to work, whatever, and Cindy comes to work with Ralphie May, comedian. Rest in peace. Yes. We love Ralphie. Made a huge impact on our very first date. The day that we met each other, yes.
Every time we would go see him or hang out with him after the fact,
it was
like,
always, you guys are still together. Yeah. So it was crazy. So he's we both had his cell phone numbers. He was a good guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
So that day he shows up to my station after having left your station to do press with us.
Yes.
And Cindy's like, hey, I told Ralphie about your lunch today with Cisco. And I'm like, what, you did? I was like, okay. And I'm like, hey, my morning show doesn't know. Yeah. And he's like, oh, shoot, sorry.
And she knew mine didn't know because she sat in my producer studio while Ralphie was on the air.
So Ralphie decides before he gets to my station, he calls Chris. He calls. Actually,
yes.
That was after, huh? It was right after. It was right after
because the very first things out of his mouth were, "She shaved her legs, man. She shaved her legs."
So here's what happens. So they get inside the studio. They get in the studio, and Ralphie comes up, and he's like, "Hey, you're going out with Cisco today?" And oh my God, my morning show co-host Jeff Pope at the time was like, what? You're doing? Who are you going out with? I was like, no, I'm not. It's like a lunch. It's just like a friend meeting. It's not what you. Wait, what? Are you kidding me? You're going on a date, and this was like made him so happy because he wanted me to date so bad. For the record, on the radio it was a thing.
More content for him.
He wanted me to date, so he was married and everything. Yeah. He wanted me to be happy and married, and just So he was like, "Oh my God, what?"
Didn't you stop the song like halfway through or something?
No, he did.
Yeah, he stopped the song.
He stopped the song, and he's like, "We have breaking news. Evelyn Rivas is going out with a morning show DJ from another station." And I'm like, Jeff! Like, I'm freaking out. He starts playing, like, we don't even play, who is it? Barry White. We don't even play Barry White on our station. We play hip-hop and R&B. But he's like, he played Barry, he found this obscure track. It wasn't obscure.
If I can find this audio, by the way, it's recorded, I'll put it at the end of this
producer, please load that.
Yeah, right?
We got to have that audio. And so I'm dying. I'm cherry red.
Yeah.
I can't believe this is happening. And Ralphie May's going on, oh, Cisco's a good guy.
And so I'm monitoring her station from my radio station, listening to it going,
oh my God, they're talking about us.
I'm going to have to tell my hosts now because if I don't tell them, they're going to find out and they're going to be pissed.
They're going to be really mad.
They did something very similar.
Yeah, and they put you on blast on the radio.
Oh, totally.
So both our morning shows are putting us on blast, and we're both like, dude, we're just going to lunch. They start giving him trouble on his station saying, oh, that's why you wore a collared shirt.
Yeah, right?
And I mean, because it was so dumb. It was so dumb. But it was really, really funny and obviously very memorable for both of us. Ralphie May grabs my leg. I will never forget. And he goes, you want proof that it's not a real date? And I'm like, yeah, what? He goes, grabs my leg. You shaved. And I was like, oh, what are you talking about? I always shave. He's like, no, you don't. You're a mom. I was like, you're horrible.
And she's 3, so you were a mom.
I was definitely I was in the thick of it.
So then Ralphie leaves your radio station.
Right.
Calls my cell phone and is like, dude, she shaved her legs for you. And I'm like, what? Who? He goes, this is Ralphie. Just left the other station. She shaved your legs for you, dude. You're going to have so much fun on this date, man. She digs you. And I'm like, calm down. He goes, ask about her kid, but don't ask too much because then you're a pervert. Ask about this. And he just gave me all these pointers.
All this advice on like what to do on the date with me.
And it was so funny because I'm sitting there and I didn't recognize what had just happened until the phone hung up. And I'm like, oh, man, now I'm in trouble. Now I have to tell my morning show. So I went up there and go, hey, guys, come here. And then they listened to the audio that I cut from your show.
Oh, God.
And they're like, what? You're telling us at 9:58? We're off the air at 10? What? So then they waited for the song to end, and then they put me on blast. And it's
just funny.
It was amazing.
I was so and now I'm like going to this lunch thinking, what does he think? Does he think this is a date? This is so embarrassing that it was not a date.
I know.
This was just lunch, and now it's turned into something big, and I don't know what to do, and I've not been on a date in years. And I was all freaked out. It obviously ended well. As soon as I saw him and I sat down, I was super comfortable. So It was so funny. And
like we said before, 4 hours. She went to my class reunion a month later.
I did. And my parents were all for it, too.
Yeah.
My parents were like, good, go.
Yep.
I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, we'll watch Jolene. Go on. I'm like, shoot, everybody is being way too supportive about this. They were so happy. They were so happy to see me like dating.
So we dated for a year.
We did.
364 days.
Exactly.
And then I proposed.
Yeah. The day before.
The day before
it would have been our 1 year to that date.
Correct. And I didn't kneel on that one.
You didn't. And it was okay.
Wow, I'm finding a trend in my not kneeling or not standing.
You suck.
I'm a horrible gentleman.
You are not a gentleman. Chivalry is dead.
I did ask your daughter and your father if I could marry you.
Yeah, it's true.
And Julian doesn't remember, but she did say yes. Mm-hmm. And your dad said, hell yeah, I'd have a beer with you, but I have to go to work in a few hours. Because I woke him up at like 8 a.m. or 8:30 after I dropped Julian off at school.
Because he worked nights, so that was waking him up early.
So I woke him up before, and he was super excited.
Yeah,
and
it was good.
We didn't see each other for a good month after we first started dating because I went to Chicago and you were on vacation. Then we met up in Seattle, and so it was like the first month we were always on the phone. Like we couldn't have a cell phone plan without unlimited minutes because we'd fall asleep.
Oh my God, yeah, we heard. It was that kind. You guys remember doing that when you were younger?
Now you do it on FaceTime. You just hear him breathe. Sorry.
Darth Vader.
So then we told everyone, and we told them in a year and a half we're going to get married in Maui. So come out to Maui.
Yeah, we gave everybody that 18-month window so that way they could decide if they wanted to come. We invited literally all of our family, all of our friends.
Knowing that a lot of people wouldn't.
I mean, we did. I mean, we knew not everyone's going to be able to come, but this is a great way for us to be able to extend the invite and not exclude anyone.
Exactly.
Because if they can make it, they will. If they can't, we're not mad. We're not offended. And we don't want them to think we didn't care enough to want to invite them. So it would seem like a good place, especially since most of Chris's family was in Washington. Yeah. My family is obviously all in California. So we're going... why make everybody come to California? Why make everybody go to Washington? Why not go somewhere awesome like Maui?
I've never been.
And make everybody want to go there.
It was the first time for all of my family except for my father.
Yeah.
My dad went there when he was working out there, but my mom never been in anything. So it was really cool.
My grandpa had never been on a plane.
Oh, yeah. Evelyn's family turned into a family reunion.
It really did. Like we had so many of my family there.
We had 62 people at the wedding, and we had 50 of her family.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It was crazy.
It was awesome. It was really cool.
I know. I'm sorry that more of my family came, but it was.
Your dad paid for it.
Yeah, most of it.
I'm closer with your family now than my family just because geographically I'm not close to them.
Right.
But other than that,
otherwise, I mean, great. We are close with your family.
We've been back to Maui since.
I feel bad saying that.
Yeah. Well, we're close to them. We're going to visit them soon and stuff.
Exactly.
We're visiting them soon.
Yeah.
So we, that's the gist of the most.
That's how we met. Yeah. I mean, that's how things all. And the two of us have always said to each other, what is it? What are we meant to do? What are you and I meant to do? Yeah. Obviously, both of us have a radio background. Obviously, both of us you are more of a jack of all trades than I've ever met of any person in my life, but you've done all kinds of walks of life with audio to planning to all logistics. I mean, you've done everything. And so we've always said, what is going to be the thing that sets us aside from everybody? And it's going to be our family.
I think so too.
It's going to be you and I and our kids.
Yep.
And
that's the reason for this podcast.
Absolutely.
Yep.
100%. Mm-hmm. We wanted to do this because we wanted to share our lives with you.
It's a lot easier to record audio too, and it doesn't take her 2 hours to put makeup on.
100%.
So YouTube's great.
For the record, the reason I went into radio and screw you, Instagram, is because I wanted to go in pajamas and no makeup, and then social media took over, and of course here I am 17 years in radio, and of course now I have to do my makeup every single freaking day.
Yep. But she does it in the 8 o'clock hours.
I do. I mean, by the time I have to do a video.
Radio speak. So, so that's how we met. And,
here we are 3 kids later.
Yeah, 3 kids, 16, 11, and 8.
Yeah, and awesome. I mean, all 3 of them are crazy active. And now we're just active parents working our butts off every single freaking day, trying to spend time with them. And talking with them while we eat is our favorite thing in the entire world.
Yeah. So now that we kicked them all out of our house, so we could have our chicken.
No, we did. They were at neighbor's house. Yep. One's at a boyfriend's. Don't get me started on that. That'll be another topic.
All right. So she's really easily defined. Easily. That's not even a word.
I'm easily.
She's very easily
Did you just
defined.
call me easy?
She's very easy to find. Sorry, I had to take a breath there. On social media, Evelyn Arrivas is across platforms, and my favorite's Chris_Donovan on Twitter.
Yes,
my favorite. And or you can go to Conversate with us, and that'll take you directly to all of our stuff.
Yep, and just like the whole idea, guys, we were goofing off when we were just coming up with this. So many people say conversate, which is not a word, and I was like, well,
past tense.
It's not real though. It's converse. And we joked, and I was like, wait a second, but if we're going to play off of 8, we could say we eat, conversate with us. No? Okay, whatever. I was happy.
I saw a light bulb.
There was a light bulb. It was dim and it flickered 3 or 4 times, but it was good.
We do like to eat though. We go out to eat a lot.
Do. So. We're terrible guys.
Yeah.
We're so bad. Like the one fun thing we love doing is going out and eating with our kids.
We have so much fun. We talk about before or after a movie, we always go out so we can talk about it.
We have to review it together as a family.
So we're gonna have some of those on here.
Yeah.
Because we love doing those things. We've got some Marvel movies coming down the line. We've got a lot of movies coming up.
And our kids are so good at like explaining how they feel about things, which is so cool.
They compartmentalize their thoughts and they can actually orchestrate talking about things.
Yes. Yep. Our son more particularly gets a little bit more wrapped up in some of them sometimes.
He's emotional.
He'll come out and say, this didn't happen in the movie and I am disturbed.
But then you but this happened, and he's like,
that was good.
All right, so check that out. This is funner.com. Find us there, and thank you for agreeing to do this podcast with me, you beautiful wife.
Oh, thank you, honey. I love it. I'm excited for all the adventures we're about to have.
I'll make sure to email you the day before.
Can you? And will you make me a slideshow again with a breakdown of all the things we're talking about?
All right.
This is how our marriage is broken out, guys.
It is. I need another beer. So that's it. That's the story. That's how we met. That's the end.
That's the story of us.
And they all lived happily ever after.
I mean, so far so good.
We're doing all right.
We're alive.
Yes.
We got a roof over our heads.
So now you know our story, though. So thank you all again for listening and checking out the podcast that we're doing here. This is episode 001. I'm optimistic that we'll get up to 999 and probably stop.
I mean, it depends on how much you crack the whip on me, because I have no idea what you're going to do.
So we'll see how this goes. Hit us up on social medias where they can, what's your handles?
At Evelyn Arrivas on anything, ERIVES. I'm everywhere. I'm on Instagram.
Facebook, it's Team Evelyn Arrivas.
Yeah, Team Evelyn Arrivas. Or you could just, you'll type in my name. You'll find me pretty quickly.
You can also go to thisisfunner.com, click on my ugly mug and her beautiful face. And you can, there's some shortcuts to some of our social media there. Also, you can reach us out.
Email us too if you want to, if you ever want to get a hold of us, or if you want to, I don't know, maybe you want to be a guest on the show.
Yeah, you want to be a guest. You want to ask us any question.
Oh, yeah, totally. We'll have to do an ask.
Well, ask anything?
Ask anything.
Ask anything. All right. Also, rating, review, stars. Leave us 5 stars. I don't really care what the rating or what the review says. You could say we're the worst people in the entire world.
As long as you leave us,
read it.
As long as it's
5 stars.
5 stars. That's it.
We're trying to
5-star worst ever.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
It's out of a scale of 1 to zillion. We got 5.
We got 5. That's fine with me.
But thanks again, Chris_Donovan on Twitter. And check out, again, thisisfunner.com. You can find my alternative rock countdown show, Evelyn's other podcast called Get Buzzed.
Yeah.
And my son's podcast, Aiden's Arcade Academy, which was starting very, very soon, next week.
And I'm on the radio. If you're ever on iHeartRadio, KGGI, look it up. You'll find me on the mornings.
Just Google Evelyn Arrivas.
You'll see.
Don't click on the third link.
Hey, it's probably about my boobs. I don't know why, but it might be.
It totally is.
I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
All right.
Thank you guys for listening.
Have a good one.
Catch you later.
Ciao.
Hey everyone, it's Chris here, and I have a little surprise for you and my wife. I did not tell her that I found the audio that was played the day we met and the day we went on that lunch. So check it out right now. It's going to be the audio from KGGI from back in the day, and then after that will be the follow-up from the audio from my morning show that used to be X1039. Hey, take a listen. Thank you guys again for checking us out.
Outside today, going to be another hot one. In fact, we're going to kick off the hot one today for the weekend. Today, 105. We're looking at 108-ish tomorrow and 110-ish by Sunday. Is that good?
Yeah.
We'll start cooling things back down to the 105s by Monday.
Oh. Like that's a whole
Damn,
lot.
it's hot right now. Of course, 85 in the IE.
9 o'clock. Jumping up on the station below those Chris Brown, Mariah Carey tickets. Final day to win them right here on the IE's Hottest Music. 99.1 KGGI, Riverside, San Bernardino, Fontana. We have a very special old school guest ready to join us here on the Old School Show. What an honor of Evelyn going on a lunch date at someone from another radio station. Oh.
You guys!
Oh, baby. It is
Oh,
fun.
my God. You guys are asses. I'm going to kill you. Turn my mic off.
The IE's Hottest Music, 99.1 KGGI. Thank you, Cisco, for the request. It's 9:48. And right now, we've got to give out our final pair of tickets of the morning show. Chris Brown, Mariah Carey.
Yes, we do.
Who is on the line?
Monica
Come on from Monica.
from Riverside.
Number 29. You got Chris Brown, Mariah Carey concert tickets. Oh, my God. It's like the last day to win them, and you just did.
All right.
Are you at work?
Yes.
So what? You better get up and scream, girl.
All right.
Where do you work, honey?
McLean.
Where?
Yes.
What?
McLean.
Oh, okay, golf class. Okay. We've got the tickets, so congratulations.
Thank you so much.
What radio station lets Evelyn date guys at other radio stations?
99.1 KGGI.
Yes!
I've heard people say
You guys are horrible.
too much of anything is
X103.9, Green Day, An American Idiot, 7:53 with Doug and Jen, winding down to a close for the day. Sure wish we weren't, in fact, winding down to a close for the day.
We have so much to talk about. I want to say hi to Jeff and Evelyn over at GGI for talking about Cisco and his big lunch date today.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I'm a little upset about this, Cisco, to be honest with
Frankly,
you.
yeah. You don't tell us what you're up to, but yet Cindy knows, Ralphie May knows.
Cisco has a date today, and he didn't tell us,
with
his
Evelyn
coworkers.
from GGI, and apparently they've been talking about it all morning, right?
First of all, wait a minute. Isn't there some sort of conflict going on here? You can't date people from other morning shows that compete with us, dude.
They don't compete with us. They play jiggy music.
Well, and they've been talking about you on their show now for the past hour, and then we just have to find out just now?
They didn't
What's
say
the
my
deal?
They didn't say my name until 2 seconds ago when you guys walked in the
Doesn't
room.
matter. You called me in there to hear it because you're all proud of it and stuff. Because you're listening to GGI
I
in
just
your
knew-
studio.
I don't know, Jen. How do you feel about this? There's just seems like something's wrong, even though I can't put my finger on it.
My feeling is I expect a play-by-play of the lunch date. Maybe you should call in Sato, tell him how it's going. Maybe we'll keep this going all day.
This is a guy who doesn't go on dates either. And also, this is a guy who, it's not full on, but I just saw half of a blush out of Cisco for the first time ever.
The part that gets me is you came in here and said, well, I have a date with Evelyn today. And I'm like, a date, dude? You don't even use the word date.
I don't.
So you do, and you like it. Look at you.
I don't have a date.
Yes, you do. You're a liar.
I don't know. I see a lot of potential problems coming from this.
I think it's
Big time.
great. I think it's great.
Look
Like
at
I
this picture.
said.
I'm going to find this Evelyn chick and look her
Like
up.
I said, where are the Hot Morning Show guys in
she's
the
cute.
IE?
Well, when Ralphie
good
May
looking.
called me and gave me a 5-minute rundown of what not to do and what to do.
Oh, because
and how
Ralphie
not-
went
He was
over there
over
after
there
he left
after
us?
here.
He left here, went over there. They found out. They stopped everything. They started dancing and put on Barry White. And then Ralphie called me up and said, dude, don't mess it up. She shaved her legs.
Aw. She even got ready for the lunch date. That's real sweet.
I love it.
Oh, wow.
She's got a date with a competing morning show girl.
This is great. Where are the Hot Morning Show guys in the IE? Hello?
They're on your show. Thanks a lot. We appreciate that.
Doug's hot.
88X 1039. Tell us what you think
No, you're
about
both
that.
cute.
No, man. A little lunch
Good luck,
date?
Evelyn. Have a good lunch.
You know what's going to happen after that.
Yeah! Woo! Get to
Little
the
lunch.
business.
Afterwards, words. Boy, it's hot outside, baby.
Get some ice cubes.
It's real hot.
Cooler
my place
down
is
a little
air
bit.
conditioned. Turn the AC way up in my room.
Popsicles.
Lay you down.
Popsicle.
It's hot out. Get a popsicle.
All right, we need a full update of this on Monday. Damn, I wish we had more time to talk about this. Why'd you wait so long in the day? No, that's exactly why you waited.
Because you knew this would happen.
I'm not stupid. I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
88X1039. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you back here on Monday.
Bye.
Conversate with us.
Conversate with us.
Thank you for listening to Conversate with us.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.